You know, what if I told you that almost everything we've been taught about love is completely wrong? Today, we're going to dive into Eric Fromm's The Art of Loving, a book that says our whole approach to romance is broken, and that's the very reason it so often fails.
I mean, just think about our culture for a second. Every movie, every pop song, they all push this one idea, right? That love is this mystical, magical thing that just happens to you. It's a happy accident, a feeling you just fall into if you're lucky.
Well, here's where psychoanalyst Eric Fromm comes in and just flips the whole thing on its head. He argued that that exact belief, that's the problem. For Fromm, love isn't something you find. It's a skill you learn. It's an art, and just like learning to play the piano, it takes knowledge and a whole lot of effort.
Okay, so where are we all messing up? Fromm actually pinpoints three huge mistakes we make in our thinking about love. Mistakes that pretty much set us up for failure right from the start. All right, first up, we are completely obsessed with being loved. Making ourselves more attractive, more successful, funnier, whatever. We put all our energy into being lovable and almost none into learning how to love. Second, we act like finding a partner is like going shopping for the right object. But Fromm says love isn't an object you find. It's a faculty, a capacity inside you that you have to build. And finally, we mistake that initial head over heels, can't breathe feeling for the real deal. We confuse the spark of infatuation with the sustainable fire of real love.
And this really gets to a core idea of his, the huge difference between falling in love and standing in love. That fall, that's that amazing, exhilarating moment when the walls between two strangers just collapse. It feels incredibly intense, but by its very nature, that feeling can't last. Standing in love, though, that's something else entirely. That's a conscious choice. It's an active power that you have to build and practice and maintain every single day. It's an action, not just a feeling that happens to you. So if that's what love isn't, why do we need it so desperately? To answer that, Fromm takes us way deeper, right to the core of what it means to be human, this profound sense of being separate. He frames our entire existence around this one fundamental problem. The moment we become aware of ourselves as separate, isolated individuals, he says, we're trapped in an unbearable prison. This feeling of being alone is the root of all our anxiety. And so our most powerful, primal motivation is the drive to escape that prison and connect with another person. And, we've come up with a few, let's call them failed escape plans. There are these intense, fleeting highs. He calls them orgastic states. Think of drugs or just losing yourself completely in a crowd. It works for a moment, but then the anxiety comes rushing back, sometimes even worse. Or there's the other common one, conformity. Just blending in, doing what the herd does. It feels safe, but it's a pseudo-unity. It's not real. According to Fromm, the only true lasting solution to this prison of separateness is what he calls mature love. So this brings us right to the heart of Fromm's big idea. If love is the answer, we have to totally redefine it. It's not a feeling we get, it's a power we use. It's something you do. Yeah, this quote just says it all. Love is an activity. It is not a passive feeling that washes over you. It's a verb, not a noun. Think about that. It's the conscious practice of breaking down the walls that keep us apart. And that simple shift in thinking, well, that's everything. And the main way we do this activity of loving is through giving. But hold on, he has a very specific idea of what giving is. This isn't about sacrifice or giving something up. It's what he calls productive giving. It's the highest expression of your own aliveness. When you give of your joy, your interest, your understanding, you don't become less. You actually experience your own strength and vitality more deeply. It fills you up. It doesn't empty you out. Okay, so that sounds great, but if love is an art that we practice, what does that practice actually look like? What are the components? What do you actually do? Well, Fromm gives us 4 core ingredients. It all starts with care, which is an active concern for the other person's life and their growth. Then comes responsibility. Now, this isn't some heavy duty. It's just about your voluntary readiness to respond to their needs. Then you add respect. This one's huge. It's the ability to see a person for exactly who they are and wanting them to grow for their own sake, not for yours. And finally, knowledge, a deep drive to understand them from their core, to really get what makes them tick. And the crucial part is, you can't pick and choose. For Fromm, they all have to be there, working together. ultimately, what Fromm leaves us with is a really profound challenge. He's asking us to stop treating love like some kind of lottery ticket we hope to find, and instead to start the disciplined practice of learning how to love, with the same focus we'd give to mastering an instrument or any other art. And that kind of leaves all of us with a pretty big question to think about. If love truly is an art, what's the very first step you'll take to practice it?